Hi, I'm Dee Woods from Nova Lunchbreak. Hopefully, the luck of the Irish will be in Hollywood on Oscars night for 2018. But one of this year's nominations in the Best Animated Feature category is making its third Oscar nomination appearance for the Kilkenny-based Cartoon Saloon. Cartoonist and CEO Paul Young dropped by the Nova Lunchbreak studio alongside Naoise Nunn from the brand new Kilkenny Animated Festival to talk about the movie's success so far, that being the Breadwinner, its famous producer, and what our chances are of actually bringing home the gold this coming March. Have a listen to find out.
Nova.
Well, we've talked about it so much this week, but there's so much still to talk about. Oscar nominations. The Irish going for gold, represented in no less than 5 categories. It's very exciting for the Oscar nominations. Best Animated Feature. It's a hat-trick for Cartoon Saloon from Kilkenny. And from there, Paul Young joins us in studio now. Not the Paul Young, the other Paul Young. How are you?
How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'll turn on your mic. That'll help you. Congratulations on your third nomination for Cartoon Saloon.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Has it been a bit of a whirlwind this week?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. It never gets old.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't that great to be able to say that?
Yeah, I know it sounds very boastful, but yeah, no, we're always grateful. I mean, it's never like any kind of like certainty that you'll even get recognised anywhere, you know. So with any film, so it's brilliant because you started film 2 years ago. You never know what's going to happen, you know.
Well, this has to be
started about 5 years ago.
You've got, I mean, accolades from all over the place, movie festivals around the world, but the Oscars, I mean, that has to be the icing on the cake, is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like, I suppose it is the most glammy and the most exciting and the most sort of...
Absolutely. Well, look, I'll play a clip of the movie. It's called The Breadwinner. If you haven't heard about it, this is it.
If there are women present, cover yourselves now!
My family is in a desperate situation.
Sorry, child.
Girl, stop when I tell you!
You're Breadwinner! When you're a boy, you can go anywhere you like.
I tell you, you've Paul and everyone at Cartoon Saloon involved in this movie, you've changed my view of the word animation. This isn't fluffy. This is proper, hard. I know it's from a book.
Yeah.
It's writing, it's serious material,
it's a great
isn't it?
drama. I mean, it's a brilliant story. I mean, it's like Parvana is this girl who kind of has to pretend she's a boy when her father is lifted and taken to prison, and she's just determined to get him back.
So this is set in Afghanistan,
set
in the
Kabul.
shadow of the Taliban.
Yeah, when they were ruling really in Kabul a number of years ago. So it's just before... just before the war there started, and so it was it's a story about her struggle to get her dad back. So it's it's got great nice bits for kids, but I would say like 8 or 9 up, and their family and parents, and so it's got great reviews, all right.
And you have a very famous producer involved.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie. Yeah, she was great. She helped. She works as an NGO, or works with the United Nations. In fact, and she helps with schools in Afghanistan, Kabul, for girls and boys. So it's quite. She's quite passionate about the subject matter as well. So that's why she got involved.
Did she visit Kilkenny at all as part of this?
She didn't in the end. She nearly did a couple of times, and but we've met her. When we have met her, it's been usually in LA, and Nora's met her in London a few times, but she had a very busy life recently. You know.
So Nora Toomey, who's also involved, is Nora the director of this movie?
She's the director, yes.
So is she a fellow Ballyfermot College of Further Education student? So you went there as well?
We were all in the same year. Actually, Nora might have been the year just ahead of me, and with Tom Moore. And then Tom Moore actually repeated, because it's not that he didn't actually succeed in graduating. He chose to repeat. He says, I wasn't good enough, and he did another year. So so that's where we got to know each other and started the company.
Have you, because I would if I were you, called everyone who ever said you'll never make a career out of animation since you've got this third Oscar nomination from Cartoon Saloon? Yeah,
well, my parents were always very good. They were big in sport. They always hung up my pictures. They always said, follow what you really like doing, and so that's what I did. And it was more difficult when we started out because there was no studios here. The Sullivan Bluth had shut down. There was Murakami Wolf. Brown Bag had just started up, but they were just growing then, or just small then. So there was lots of animators coming out. So everybody was moving abroad, and so in a way it was good because that created this kind of couple of animators just stayed and set up their own companies like Jam and Brown Bag and Cavalier,
which I'm sure was risky.
Risky and terrifying, but also great fun too. Yeah.
So now Kilkenny seems to be the hub of animation, which brings me to you, Naoise Nunn. You're also welcome to the Nova Lunchbreak studio.
Thank you.
A new festival is happening now in Kilkenny.
Yes, that's great. So,
born out of all of this.
So that's the thing. Like Kilkenny is just, it's just got that kind of perfect kind of size and scale to run festivals. We basically now with this new festival, Kilkenny Animated. There are really only 2 months of the year that there's no festival in Kilkenny. We've
Listen,
got the Cat
every
Laughs
weekend is a festival in Kilkenny.
Yeah.
If you ask me, it's a great crack.
So it's great. So we call it. I like to call it Galway for grown-ups. So
Love
it's got, but it's so we've been doing festivals for 40 odd years, like the beer festival in the 60s through the Kilkenny Arts Festival, and then the Cat Laughs 20 years ago, and it's kind of during the Cat Laughs about 19 years ago, I did a little mini cartoon festival as part of the Cat Laughs Comedy Festival, which I went on to work on more recently. But it was exactly the same year as Tom and Paul and Nora were putting Cartoon Saloon together. So it's only taken us 19 years to get to work
You
together.
got there in the end, yeah.
So Kilkenny Animated has been born. So it's the end of next month, 23rd to the 25th of February. And really it's very much a public facing festival. There are other festivals. There's the Dingle Animation Festival, but that's mainly kind of industry and for students and so on. So this is very much to let the public know that animation is everywhere, and it's in all kinds of forms of performance. So we've got dance, we've got stand-up comedy, we've got the biggest exhibition of its kind ever in Ireland of illustrations and cartoons and comics, and we've got music with Lisa Hannigan and Keela doing music under animation in a live performance. We've got a screening of The Breadwinner, a hometown gala premiere.
Oh, that'll be good.
Which will be great crack. We'll have red carpets and fire and spotlights and all kinds of stuff.
I love it. We'll have fire
in the Watergate Theatre. Yeah, never said
very
fire
medieval.
in theatre. But it's going to be really lovely, you know, and it's in the heart of Ireland's medieval East.
Which isn't too far a journey for us, which is the good news. KilkennyAnimated.com is where you can find out more details about that. And of course, The Breadwinner, it'll be on general release in the summer. Is that right, Paul?
Yeah, on May 24th is the date now, and it'll come out in the UK and Ireland then. Yeah, and it's also showing at the Dublin Film Festival as well on the 22nd, and on the 25th it's in Kilkenny. Yeah.
Are you going along to the Dublin? Are you going to
we'll
do
be there.
a Q&A or anything like that?
Yeah, well, Nora will be doing a Q&A, I think.
That's at Cineworld on the 22nd of February. If you fancy tickets for that, diff.ie is where you can go, as in Dublin International Film Festival.ie for tickets. Have to talk red carpet, Oscars and all that. Are you going to the ceremony on March 4th?
We don't know yet, because what
is it
they
like a
do
lucky
is
dip
they
for
tease you a
tickets?
little bit. I mean, when I was a nominee with Tom for Song of the Sea, we got 2 tickets, and then you just have to keep asking. I mean, so we hopefully will get enough tickets to get a few producers in and a few of the talent and the people that helped it, and so we'll hopefully all go. We'll all go over anyway. And
Okay. Here a Beano to LA. That'll be great crack.
Yeah.
You've earned it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is obviously the product of a long time of work and hard work.
It's about 5 years from when I met the Anthony who bought the rights to the book in New York, and he pitched the idea, and it's one of those ideas you thought, oh God, that'll get me up in the morning now for the next 5 years.
Is that how long it takes?
That's what it's going to take to finance it, and then also 2 years of production, and then to finally then screen it. And actually it'll be lovely to finally now, after all that, screen it in Kilkenny during the festival.
To bring it home, how lovely. I did read somewhere that it was done on, I don't know if shoestring is the right word, but a tight budget of 10 million.
Well, yeah, that is
that fair to say? 10
it
million
is tight still, actually. For an indie feature, it's not so bad. We started off, our first film was about 5.5.
Okay.
6, and so the Breadwinner is about 10, but obviously inflation and all that. But also compared to like the big studio films and CGI, we're a fraction. We're kind of like a marketing budget in the country for them, you know. But but it's all about the sort of. If we had bigger budgets, we might not be able to take risks on the stories that we tell. So,
that's a good way to look at it.
Ways, yeah.
So you'll be there on the west coast or of America on March 4th, whether you're in the Oscars venue or not, we won't know. But how do you fancy your chances in your category of best animated feature?
Yeah, I have to manage everybody's expectations with that question, because it is that when you're going for the win, and Coco is a really excellent film. I mean, as Pixar always do.
That's the biggest competitor,
very much
is it?
the favourite.
Okay.
But you never know, and you always hope. But it is just about like how many people get to see your film in the Academy, and it's trying to get as many of those voters to see it.
Political.
It's a whole job, and people spend millions doing that.
Right, okay. Well,
that's millions we don't have. But we've always been very grassroots and guerrilla, and the nomination is kind of the win for us.
That was actually, I do want to ask that, because you see people on stage getting their gong and saying, just to be nominated. Is that true? Just to be nominated, is it just it's as good as taking home the gong?
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it even just to go to the lunch when you're the nominees' lunch and you get to meet them all, and it's very casual.
And you get a free lunch. I mean, you can't say no to that. Best of luck for March 4th. But look, it's already a success, that's for sure, and you know that. And it'll be at all the film festivals. KilkennyAnimated.com, February 23rd to 25th. Check out ADIF, of course, diff.ie for tickets to see it on the 22nd of February. And the Breadwinner will go on general release in May 25th in Irish cinemas. And of course, the Oscars will all be watching March 4th. Everything crossed for you, Paul. Thanks. And best luck. And no doubt we'll see Cartoon Saloon doing great things again in the future.
Oh yeah, we're working on the next movie.
I better let you go.
Wicked. Yeah.
All right, off you go. And Naoise Nunn, thanks so much for coming in. And no doubt, if there's another Kilkenny festival, did you say there was one spare weekend? Let's make it a rock festival.
In January.